In this episode of Mighty Car Mods, all of that is going into this.
Hopefully.
Welcome to another episode of Mighty Car Mirrors.
We have a JDM MIRA over here, our key to the city car. We have an Australian delivered MIRA here. We have a Honda Motor Compo over there for no reason at all. And there we have a Ford Transit. And today they will intermingle like hundreds and thousands on top of a cupcake that's made out of delicious car parts.
Anything from this car that we can't use ever, like interior bits that we're replacing, is going straight into the bin to be recycled for another life. Anything then that can take its place, because we have limited room, is going to go in the car. So We're throwing a seat out, the seat's going back in. And then panels off this.
That's a good rule. Whatever we throw out gets replaced.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's like you take that off, you put another one on.
Yes.
And that'll mean, was that what you were saying?
Because we're going to run out of room otherwise.
Am I welcome to yesterday?
No, that's good.
Okay, great.
And then anything like panels that are in really good condition, we won't throw because they are probably very similar. Like
and
the
when
guards,
you crash it, we might need them again.
When you kick my guard again, then we might need a replacement guard. So I forgive you for that. And that's pretty much what we're going to do. So I have no idea. I don't know what's going to bolt in and what's not going to bolt in. It should, but that doesn't mean it will.
So much stuff.
There's so much stuff.
So much stuff to put in there.
Yeah, the guys did such a good job putting it all together and shipping it halfway across the world.
Is that a JDM chamois?
JDM chamois.
Amazing. Martin, let's do this. Even a car this small takes quite a while to strip, particularly because we aren't wrecking it and we're keeping as many parts as possible. We're starting with the doors. The Aussie ones are out and the JDM ones are in.
So this basically summarises the difference between Australian domestic market and JDM when the car comes from the same manufacturer and the cost cuttings and savings that happen on the way to the Great Southern Land.
And we've talked about this a lot with Foresters and other things that have come from Japan versus Australia, but this is a perfect example of what we're talking about. So Martin, on the JDM door here, I've got a delicious and very tasteful, comfy pad to put my arm on. What do you got over there, mate?
I have just the painted white body metal.
Oh, nice. I've got this black velour kind of moment happening down here. Very luscious. What have you got, mate?
Grey vinyl that's kind of ripped and very, very thin with some padding behind it.
Okay. I got this really long armrest for my arm. It's probably half a metre long. Look how comfy that is.
Yeah, I've got a 70s style HQ Holden little plastic thing. Looks like it's of a Ford Telstar.
Okay. I've got some electric windows over here, mate, with auto up and down. What did you get over there?
This winder arrangement, manual windows.
Okay. And over here, of course, we've got the Carrozzeria Pioneer JDM sound system. What did you get, mate?
Sound system with a plastic cover and a 4-inch paper tweeter.
There it is.
I think that door's going to go on.
That door is the winner.
This one could go.
Being the same model car, the door loom will plug directly into the Aussie car, but the wiring for the power windows and mirrors will have to be swapped in before they'll work. The doors line up perfectly, so next we're going to attack the front guards. A few 10mm bolts later and they are coming off, revealing a few decades of dirt held in by spider webs. After a quick vacuum to make sure we don't turn into Spider-Man, the car is ready to accept its mad new JDM Guards.
JDM horn.
It's funny, it's one of those things we talk about. Everyone in Japan modifies their car.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yep.
It's like, even if they're just changing a horn.
Horn upgrade. And it's even just like real basic, like probably done at one of those Autobacks or Yellow Hat places.
Yeah.
Like, I want an aftermarket horn. Tick the box on the computer and away it goes.
And you've got to ask yourself, are people changing their horns over there because they want to somehow personalise their car? Which it points that way because of how many aftermarket and accessory shops they've got.
Yeah.
Or is there an actual fundamental reason of why the horn that Daihatsu put in this is not actually sufficient? And that is the conundrum. Rust.
Oh!
So for our next JDM and ADM comparison, we've got the front guard. Martin, how's yours looking, mate?
Good. Mine's got some brown dust on it.
Mine has got some red dust on it. It's scuffed here, scratched here, dented here, smashed wheel inner lining there, missing paint here, maybe a big hit down there.
And a bit of rust from the snow. Yeah. Your blinker's in a different spot.
That's the main, and I think only difference, other than the quality of these panels, the only difference is where the blinker or the indicator is located. Why do you think they've done that differently? Do you think that's to meet Australian design rules?
It must be. I'm surprised. Like, a lot of the time you'll see Japanese cars won't have, well, firstly, they won't even have yellow blinkers. And then even then, they won't have them on the guards. They'll be down at the front of the car or something.
Yep.
And I think Australian design rules meant you had to have one on here.
Right.
So this is obviously, done slightly different. But otherwise, the panel, it is the same panel. Like, all the markings on it, all these things are exactly the same.
Yep. So, I mean, this kind of begs the important question, which is, we've got a panel here which is, let's face it, is in pretty terrible shape. It's gone through snow, it's been through drifting, it's damaged. And then we've got a panel that's actually in really, really good condition. So the question now is, which one's going to go on the car? And the answer is, Martin, this one. Why? Because that is the spiritual underpinning of this car. And it's one thing to have a show car and everything nice and everything perfect, but that's not what this project is about. This is about getting as much of this car that we drifted in Japan and putting it back together. And sometimes that means you've got to deal with the imperfections, just like a human being.
I know that future me is going to dislike this so much if I ever paint this thing. I'm going to be like, why did I use that guard?
Well, it's not if, it's actually when, because we'll fix it all up. But the fact is that we'll know we used as much as we could, even though we'll end up spending time fixing this and prepping it to make it look as good as that one.
Yeah, at least it didn't get kicked.
Not yet, and not ever.
Yet.
The question is, Marty,
Yep.
are they making two versions of this in the factory in terms of this wiring, or is this coming to Australia and someone is adapting it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, down here, there's this point where I think that's an earth and they're just joining them back together, but that's the exact correct spot for where it comes out on the Japanese one. So,
it's almost like they've just made one version and then everything going to Australia, someone's job is literally just to extend it up to this point here, because that's just, from the factory, that's just some electrical tape that looks like a person's put it on there.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't look like it's done by a machine. I mean, and back in these days, the looms probably would have been done by hand as well. Like, I don't know, man, but all I know is, like, it's easy to change. Just chop that and put it on there and plug it in. It's
amazing.
Easy, so we'll do that.
We're extending the indicator wiring so they work properly, and next we're installing the JDM Guards onto the car. Except the bolts are a little bit stubborn. Luckily, many hands make light work.
I can hold the shaft to it with this side if you can push it in from there.
Yeah, it's just the head of it's sort of too big, and it's
pushing against my fingers though, really hard.
Yeah, the head of it's...
Hold on.
Oh, it goes that
I've got
way.
it around the ribs. I'll grab the shaft.
Yeah, it's just...
And now you put your fingers on the end and just... I'm pushing it in and then you try and twist it at the same time.
It's just that angle, man. Like, if
I think I can feel it going in though. Keep doing that. Yeah, I think I can. Because I'm using my hands to push it in while you pump it from behind.
Is it past the sort of rib bit?
No, not yet.
No, that's not going to happen.
Next, the interior is coming out and the standard AUDM bits are going to the wreckers.
What's trippy about this is that not very many other people have sat in these seats. Actually,
it looks like they have. It's covered in arse sweat. Look,
you were the last person to sit in this when we were doing skids.
Oh, look how much better the seat is.
Look, it's like a
look at it.
Totally different thing, isn't it?
It's just that. See, that's not even similar.
No.
That's like proper, buckety, wingy, headresty.
Yep. How good is it? Oh, I'm very comfortable and I'm held in. I have good lateral support.
See, look at this. I could just push you with a 3 out of 10 force. Do the same to me, Martin. It doesn't work. It doesn't do what it's meant to do.
No.
The rear seats are coming out and the complexity of the build is about to be determined by what's under the rear carpet.
So we've noticed a couple of differences between the Australian and the JDM parts that we've been looking at. One of the biggest differences we've come across, although it might look like a small difference for now, is that the Australian model comes with a full-size spare. A lot of the time, Australian cars, when they got brought over, it was a big requirement because we've got such vast distances that people would always want a full-size spare so that if you have a blowout, you can put a full-size wheel back on it and keep driving. Space-saver spares were not as much of a thing. They became more popular later, but our JDM one has a space-saver spare. Now, what does that mean? That means that it has a very, very good chance that these cars have different floor pans. We do have the front and back floor pan of the half cut just in case this happened. The all-wheel drive version has a rear diff. It's got a prop shaft. We know it's got a different fuel tank, but we don't know if it's got a different floor pan. Often to save money, companies will use the same floor pan and just bolt stuff differently on. If that's the case, we have a bolt-in swap. If not, and it's a completely different rear floor, that means we're going to be cutting this out, welding in a new one, going crazy, doing all these kind of much more major modifications, and it goes from being an easy bolt-in thing to being a lot more complicated, all because of that space saver spare.
The floor may have to get chopped, so that means all the interior needs to come out to make way for some fairly major surgery. Luckily, we have every single bit of the JDM interior to replace it with later on. The JDM seatbelts are black, so they will make their way into this shell also. The stinky carpet is being removed, as is the cute little front nudge bar.
Martin, we're having a quick snack break. The car is looking awesome. Things are getting taken off, but we've just had a random package arrive. This is from Germany by the looks of things. It's Deutsche Post. And inside, Martin, it does appear we have some Super Dickmann.
Super Dickmanns.
What is it? It's a super... Those capital B's in German means S, doesn't it? Super Gross mit something.
Oh!
What is it?
Oh, they're like little chocolate marshmallow things.
Are they?
Look at them.
Dude, there's all sorts of snacks in here. There's a Tapsi, whatever that is.
Whoa, look at that.
There's a Maxi Pack Colorado.
They look a little bit worse for wear, but I mean, they've probably also been in a very cold aeroplane and then a very hot post van.
Martin, I'm going to try that one there. Thank you, whoever sent it to us. Alexander. Oh, good.
Fueled up on Dickman, this is getting exciting. Now we can remove the bonnet, the front indicators, and the front bumper as well.
So the front bumper is off. A couple of interesting things about these cars is that this front panel is completely removable, as is this part, which means you can pretty much just put the engine in straight up. You don't see that as much anymore, mostly because of crash safety, because so much of this is designed to crumple, but back in these days, it wasn't as much of a big deal. It does look like this car's had some kind of hit on the front. It doesn't look bad, but you can start to kind of see places that it may have been repaired or whatever. But overall, it's really clean. This is also, the engine in here is an EF series engine, which is the same as that one. They will have differences, slight differences with like oil squirters and oil feed lines and water lines for turbos and stuff like that, but essentially it's pretty much the same block. So we're going to keep pulling the front end apart. Eventually this is all going to have to come out, so we're just going to keep disassembling.
So one of the funny things about this car is if you look at the placement of the oil filter, there's no real way of getting to it from underneath the car, and there's no real way of getting to it from here either, because you've got the heat shield over here and you can't really get your hand around. What's interesting and pretty cool about these cars is that there's this little panel on the front, and if we undo this, what you'll find behind it is a rad little pokey hole, and there's the oil filter right there. So that's how you do your changes. You take that off, take it off, put a new one on, put the panel back on, and that's a super awesome, efficient way of getting your services done. The sticker's still in really good condition, look at that.
It is amazing condition.
Because there was talk of needing to get replicas so that the car would look the same, but it actually looks really good, man.
So cool.
And that is awesome.
How much better is that than the factory tailgate?
So over here we've got the JDM MIRA tailgate. This is what we got in Australia. Martin, I would tell you the features of mine, but there's nothing on it.
You don't have any features?
I've got this, and I've got a sticker that says 12 valve EFI.
You know what else you have that I don't, but I also do? You've got a stoplight that's like kind of stuck on the bottom of your windscreen. This one's integrated into the spoiler.
If that's the spoiler, what's that?
Dude, it's a chin spoiler. I don't know what it's called. There's a name for it.
But you got double spoiler, right?
I don't know why this car would ever need it, but I like it.
So you get two spoilers.
Yep.
An integrated brake light.
Yep.
and I get nothing. But you know what's interesting, Martin? Let's do a quick flip for a second, because something I've just noticed is, like the doors, inside mine features some metal. Yours actually features some like sound deadening by the looks of things.
Cracked plastic actually, but yeah, it does. Like some tropped trim.
A little bit of Japanese bondage tape, of course, our favourite. Let's install it, Martin. This is amazing.
The rear hatch is attached with 2 bolts on the rear of the roof, and a single gas strut stops it from smashing you in the back of the head. Next, we can install the passenger side guard and door, and the car is starting to take shape. There is still so much more work to do, but at least it's starting to look like the actual key to the city MIRA.
So I would call that quite a successful day of half cut and MIRA wrangling. I find this car a joy to work on. It's simple, everything's easy to get to.
It's light.
It's light, there's nothing heavy. It's just fun.
And it almost looks, other than this little bit of white here, from the front here you can start to see what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
You can actually start to see that this is the key to the city MIRA.
Yeah. And that's the thing, see, there might have been so many other nicer MIRAs in Japan. In fact, I know there would have been a lot of better ones.
Yeah.
Like, that was a $300
But they
piece
weren't
of
our
scrapping.
MIRAs, Martin.
Not our MIRAs.
This is our story.
So I know that there's a lot more work ahead to make it look really good, but for now, I'm just happy that it's all bolting on and looks good. And the condition's not that bad. Like, you know, there's not too much rust or anything through it. Yeah.
It's great, man. It's great. And you got a really good example. Like this one here is a great donor car. Like it's not really festy. It's not super stinky.
Yeah.
It's really good, man. So well done. It was a great day. I'm looking forward to doing more. Of course, you can follow the progress and follow our balls at the Faceballs, faceballs.com/madmiras. And a lot of you guys say, how do we support the show? If you'd like to, we've got t-shirts and stickers and other mad things, and we'll ship them anywhere in the world directly to your door, literally anywhere on the planet. So you can check out that stuff at mightycarmods.com. Thank you very much, Martin. I'm going to go eat some more Dickman.
Really?
Yeah. Massive Dickman right in my mouth. Absolutely delicious.
I'm going to clean up all that half-cut stuff, all those leftovers, and then tomorrow I reckon we do some more.
Awesome.
You keen?
Absolutely keen. Let's do this.